few things just to start with, for those who haven't been here before. There's housekeeping. There's no alcohol to come out the front door. There is a beer garden out there, you'll have to go outside. If we please turn all phones off as well, please. No alcohol to go out the front. You cannot bring your alcohol in here, there's no BYO. Tea and coffee facilities are available in the hall, in the meeting room. The meeting room door here, next to where the players are, is locked. If you need to get in there and go through the door to the toilet, there's another door through that way. Okay? This door's going to be locked. Obviously, most people know that no singlets here. We do have a swear jar, and Rose has very good hearing, so do not swear. It will cost you. Okay. Right. This match has been we've been looking for it for a little while. First of all, it's going to be Rollo, but Rollo pulled out, and Rusty stepped in, and we're very happy to have him here. And he hails from Sanctuary Cove on the Gold Coast. He's a reigning Big Guns champion. He's the W.A.E.B.F's #1 ranked player. He has won the Australian singles title twice, 2007 and 2011. He was a huge part of the in England, his World Championship team in 2016. He is the one, he is the only John Rusty Wheeler. His opponent is our very own Luke Foster. He's proven himself against the best in the West. Sorry, it's been time and again. He's won the Australian Under-18 Singles Championship. He's won the West Australian Singles Championship. He won the LPQ's Championship. He's won this event, the Perth Open, for the last 3 years in a row. He's the unofficial #1 ranked player in WA. He is Luke Foster. Give it up. Right, the boys will lag for the break, and then it's race to 25, so enjoy the show.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeremy Bauer commentating this match between Luke Foster and Rusty Wheeler. I'm hoping to have some other commentators come and help us out during the match. But I'll try and give you the best commentary we can, and this is sure to be a killer of a match. We've Just had the walk-ins. Luke has won the lag and broken, and Rusty's on the table on red balls. Doesn't look like there's any real trouble balls here for Rusty on the table. The one behind the black he just needs to get good position on, but I don't think you'll find Rusty have any problems with that. If he can land the white ball anywhere near the yellow that he's closest to, he'll be on the red. Oh, look at that. Oh, has he run too far? Brilliant shot there by Rusty. And to get the match going, 1-0 to Rusty Wheeler. Rusty to break. Big break there by Rusty, and he's spotted a yellow ball. Rusty's up to take the red balls, and I think he tried to land with a bit of angle to develop those two on the left of the table, but I don't think he's got the angle. Yeah, he tried to create the angle for the middle pocket, and the middle pocket just wouldn't take the ball at that pace. Luke's played a good shot there, leaving Rusty shooting over top of the balls, and not really much that Rusty can shoot at. They can play the red on the top right hand side of the table up and try and cover the top right hand pocket. And Rusty's returned with a brilliant shot there, leaving the white top hard on the rail up the top. It'll take these guys a little while to get their stride, but once they get going, it'll be very hard to stop them. A great little shot there by Luke, just opening up that yellow on the left hand bottom table. Luke playing a brilliant shot there, just opening his yellow ball up. All he's got to do now is work out how he can get to the ball on the left hand side of the screen as we look at it. Once he's got that one, it should be pretty easy to clear. He's giving himself a bit of angle there. If Luke can land in the top left hand corner of the table, he'll be on the yellow. Brilliant shot there. Luke's given Rusty a chance here. Looks like he can see this bottom red, so he just rolls this one in for the middle ball into the middle pocket. And give himself a nice bit of angle on the ball on the bottom rail to come back out for the black in the bottom left hand corner. And Rusty's gone 2-0 up. Hey, Mark. How are you, buddy? Oh, shit. G'day, buddy. Good, man. How are you? You gonna get any of these boys on commentary? Gonna get any of you boys on commentary? When you're ready? When you're ready? Luke to break. Absolutely smashing break. And he's come up dry. Brilliant shot there by Rusty. If he can play this plant and push the yellow into the middle of the table, or the top rail, he's got all his balls on here. Great hit there by Rusty. Just roll this one in and just land the white near the yellow for the other red into the middle bag. It's landed with a little bit too much angle. He's going to have to play the black from where his cue's about to land up in the top right hand rail, cushion rail, unless he pumps it in. Just back himself to pot the black to go 3-0 up. And Rusty's doing what Rusty does best. Big break by Rusty there. Yellow ball potted. That was a bit unfortunate. I think Rusty just wanted to hit the red a little bit thicker just to open the yellow ball up. He hasn't called touching, so it must not be touching the ball. A bit of an exhibition shot here. Play a push shot and try and pop the yellow. And Luke's got 2 visits. This is just the opening that Luke needs to get on the board. Luke wants to leave himself with a bit of angle on this next ball, just so he can get back onto the other 2. That's absolutely perfect. He can now just roll this through and land on the ball on the bottom middle rail. He's got a little bit of angle, but I think he can just play this in a way where he runs into the yellow, so he's on the other red, into the opposite corner. Perfect. If he rolls this in, he can just roll straight up into the black. Or he might even put a bit of right hand side and run around for the red into the middle. Yeah, a bit of side there. He's overrun it a little bit, but I don't think it'll cause him any issues. He still has a second visit, so he may just set up with this first shot. Just bounce it off the rail and back out. Very clever shot. Very well played by Luke Foster there. And Luke's on the board. And the crowd goes wild. Huge break there by Luke Foster, potting a red and a yellow. They haven't landed amazing though. Both balls have a couple of balls that need a bit of work. He's opted to take the yellows, and he'll probably play. You might see Luke just cover this. The yellow that is closest to, he might just play it up into the top left hand corner and just cover the pocket. Try and give himself a bit of security. Oh, even better. Just opened the yellow up and they're all on now. It's just the ball he's closest to that he has to work out how he's going to get on it if he's going to try and go out here. It's a great little shot there by Luke. He was unlucky before where he tried to develop the red and open the yellow up. Rusty hasn't played an amazing shot there. Luke has to play over top of the reds, but he's got a good angle where he can just play top on the white and run into the yellow and red. And if Luke can hit it on the left hand side, he'll open the yellow up underneath the black. Oh, absolutely beautiful shot there. Forget what I said, that was an amazing shot. Two 2-3 to Rusty, and we're in for a match. Both these guys have cracking breaks. Look at where all the balls are. Six of the balls have gone above the head string. Red balls are nominated. You probably said Luke played the double back here to try and cover this corner bag in or over. It'll probably cover. He hasn't got it. We're just giving Rusty a good chance here. Great shot there by Rusty. Just pushing his red close to the pocket, stopping Luke from being able to get some control. If Luke can see the yellow on the bottom pocket, it looks like he's lining up to hit the yellow off the rail and push the red to the on the bottom right to the bottom rail. It's backfired. I don't know whether Rusty's got that red in the top left hand pocket covering enough. The yellow in the middle of the table up the top might cut underneath that red. So we've gone into a bit of a tactical battle here because Rusty's got that top left hand corner, bag covered. Let's just have a look to see if that yellow does go off the rail and off the red into the top left hand corner. Great little shot there. Luke's just taking a little bit more control. That's a brilliant shot there by Rusty, just killing Luke's yellow in the top right hand corner there. Luke's played the intentional foul there. And Rusty's got it out straight away. I don't know whether or not he can, but that yellow in the middle of the table at the top, does that go off the rail and off to red and cover the top left hand bag? If it does, then Luke's in prime position for this shot. Just rolls this ball in, gives himself perfect angle to just play the yellow off the top cushion and into the red to either pot and open up or to cover, but I'd say he'll go for the cover. That's an exceptional shot, very well played by Luke. Looks like the yellow and red plant to pot the other yellow, but can he open it up so the other yellow pots? I don't know. Might be able to push it so the yellow goes to the middle pocket. That's the one. Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Go on.
I think Luke's got a
Yeah, he is.
little bit of security there because it doesn't look like Rusty can actually pull the black into the middle pocket.
Come on, Luke. Come on, boss. Come on, Luke. Come on, bossy.
Luke's got a good chance here.
Come on, come on.
So it'll be interesting to see what Rusty will do here.
Come on, mate. Come on, boss. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Come on.
All Luke has to do now is roll this yellow into the bottom right hand corner and hold the white.
Come on, mate.
Exceptional little cannon there by Luke Foster to put the black prime position to go. Yeah. 3-3
I didn't know you could read.
Okay, so we're 3-3. It's Luke Foster's break. And he's got a red ball potted. Luke wanted to stun out a bit more than that. He's now going to have to roll in the ball on the top left-hand pocket. Unless he tries to cut it in the middle. Looks like he's going to cut in the middle. It's going to work out well because it'll give him prime position to get to his only ball, difficult ball on the table. Great shot.
Come on. Yes, that's shot, man. Come on. Say hi. Say hi. Shot. Come on. Come on. Jump off. Go on, Russ. Come on, Luke. Come on, Lukey. Thanks.
You might sit an edge. You've probably got better eyes than me, but
Sorry about that, guys. We had a bit of an audio problem. We're all sorted now. Luke's called Total Snooker, and looks like he's going to play a little bit of a swerve shot to try and hit the red on the top. Okay, so Rusty snookered Luke. Luke's just weighing up the options and whether he can just roll up on Rusty's yellow, like so, and try and make it as hard as for Rusty as possible to put out with 2 shots. Make him waste the first one. Brilliant shot there by Rusty. He's only really got one real trouble ball that he's got to get to, and he's right on it right now if he cuts this in. Brilliant shot. Rusty's not afraid of a good double either. One of the best doublers in the game from what I've seen. Seconds later, Rusty makes it look simple. 4-all. Thanks for all the feedback, guys. You've helped me. I would not have known that the audio wasn't working without all the messages. Hope it's all good. Hope it's all working well for you. We're just going to have a short break. And we'll be back very soon. Welcome back, everybody. Just to let you know, it looks like we're going to have a break at every 8 frames for a couple of minutes, for 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so every time we get to 8 frames in total, we're going to have a bit of a break for a couple of minutes. Luke Foster's just trying to make it a little bit more difficult for us to go out there in that top corner and try and keep himself in the game until he can turn the situation around. Rusty's just intentionally fouled there, giving Luke 2. Luke's going to play this red down the rail and try and cover the bottom left-hand corner pocket if it goes past the black. It looks like it does. If he can get it down there and cover, then he'll get some security in this frame. That's good enough. He's covered the yellow and he's covered the black from going into the bottom left-hand corner. Rusty will try and get that yellow out straight away. And he's opened it all up. That's a brilliant shot there by Rusty. Luke can play again, play the double here and try and cover the bottom left-hand corner pocket. And again, he's covered the yellow. So Rusty won't want that. Rusty will play the yellow off the side rail and push the red to the middle of the table. Like so. Brilliant shot. Unfortunately, actually left Luke the chance to put the red on the opposite pocket if he wants to. But Luke just wants to stay one step ahead of... Rusty just wants to stay one step ahead of Luke here, and while he's got that cover in the top there. Now Rusty's got the cover of the black's pocket, so Luke's got a bit of work to do here. Luke's just trying to get some cover, but Rusty will get rid of this yellow. He'll get the yellow out. He doesn't want Luke to be able to take and get any control of any of Rusty's pockets. Looks like he's potted it. Oh, that's a brilliant shot. Luke's just having a look to see if he can get through to that red. If he can play the red into the jaw, he might have been able to just push it behind the yellow, just off the jaw. If he has, Rusty's given Luke a bit of a chance here. Unlucky, fell in. Luke's going to have to try and put this red on the bottom right hand corner and get back up for that red into the top left and play it off the yellow to open it up or cover. The black's not easy. If he's going go game here, he's going to have to double the black. He's played that exceptionally. He's got perfect angle here where he can play the red off the cushion, off the ball, and in open the pocket up so he can put the other two red balls. Unfortunately, he hasn't contacted the yellow thick enough, and the yellow stayed there. He's playing like the red goes. Oh, it does. He did not want to pot that ball. Rusty just puts this ball and screws up to the middle of the table. And they're all on. He'll want to leave the ball on the top left hand corner as the last one, just so he's got a nice natural angle to get down on the black. Perfect angle there, he can just roll this in. Just drift out for the black ball to the bottom left hand corner pocket. And Rusty goes 5-4 up.
Come on, Rusty.
Keep the feedback coming, guys. Hope you're enjoying the show. These are two of the best Australian players that we have going face to face, and when it gets to the interval, you'll see I'll put up the achievements of both players, and they're amazing. Rusty Wheeler with a cracking of a break. Looks like all the yellows are potable. It's just getting the first one. He might have to opt to play the reds. No, he's nominated yellows. He's going to cut the yellow in the middle pocket. Big shot. Little shake of the head there. Yellow ball doesn't go in the middle. Wonder if he'll play this yellow off the other yellow and into the middle. Oh, it looks like he's going to cut it in the corner.
Come on, Foster. Come on, Foster.
Foster comes back to the table. Luke played a bit of a loose one there. It looks to me like this yellow does go, so if it does, Rusty's just going to cover up. Luke's got a good angle here. He might be able to actually just roll this red in and land the white on the top rail for the other red along the top rail. I can't see here. It's hard to tell on the camera whether or not that ball closest to the middle pocket goes. If it does, then Luke's got a good chance here because he can roll this red into the top left-hand corner and play the red on the left-hand side near the middle pocket off the yellow, opening up the red on the bottom left-hand pocket. He's just having a look there to see how he can cannon the white just to keep it from going in off. So he's just going to stun this into the yellow so it just double kisses it and back out. He hasn't got the cannon right, and he's actually gone behind the yellows, and it looks like he's snooking himself. He's just having a look, see whether he can see the edge of this red. So Luke's going to play off the top rail and try and contact one of his reds. Oh, he's hit the yellow. And Rusty at the table with 2 shots, or 2 visits. And he's... You might see him here just play to open these up. The plant looks like it's nearly on, so he can make it just by hitting the yellow on the left, and then they're all on. Brilliant shot there by Rusty. Just roll this in. And the black in the bottom left hand corner to go 6-4 up. Rusty's got a 2 frames ahead start. Just pulling away. Can he keep it going? Brilliant break there. He's got a red ball in. He's just having a look here to see if he can actually hit enough of that red ball to pot it. From what I can see, it looks like he'll hit the right hand jaw. So if he hits it perfect with the right pace, it should drop. Ah, perfect. He tricked us all. He made it look like it was tight. Fit a semi-truck through there. So Luke's got to leave himself a good angle, and he's got to play one really good positional shot to get on that final yellow ball, that final red ball. Rusty's got perfect angle here to put the yellow ball in the middle and just screw into the other yellow and red, just open them up. He wants to take that yellow now. If he can hold for the other yellow in the middle, just roll this in and get on the top two balls. Oh, that's an exceptional double kiss. Don't know whether he played for it or not, but he sure as hell made it look like he did. Nice little bit of check side there to hold the white. He does look a bit straight, but I think he'll just screw back and back himself for the pot. If he can just stun into the red here, he's got the black in the middle, or he can screw straight back for the black in the corner. Yeah. Rusty Wheeler makes it look easy, doesn't he, ladies and gentlemen? 7-4 up to Rusty. Good man. Be you up next, Caps. It'll be you up there next. A cracking of a bake, but he's come up dry. Been looking at a lot of the conversation about this match, and everyone says it's all going to come down to the break. So they've both got whoppers of breaks. The balls fly everywhere. Well, we'll soon find out. Rusty has been getting balls off the breaks, but so has Luke. It looks like all he can actually play here is the double back on that red on the top left hand side, or he's just going to play a little chip up here, just roll off the red, off the rail and back up onto the red. Any of you guys out there that don't know what the World 8-ball rules are, we're not allowed to just roll up onto a ball. After you contact the ball, you have to make contact with a cushion, so that's why he had to chip it, hit the cushion and come back out.
So you guys playing on tables 4 and 5, finish those games off, and then, sorry, 3 and 4, and we'll get some games going fairly soon.
That's Adrian Lancaster there on the microphone. Just want to give you a shout out to Adrian. He's the man who runs these competition, the Pertec Open. He's been called a few different names, and it's been going for quite a while. It's a very successful competition. So after this match, or even during this match, there'll be a big pool comp going on over this weekend. In saying that, Luke Foster has won it, I think, the last 3 years in a row. Luke Foster has won the this competition, so he's the man to beat. Superb shot there by Luke. He rolls this red ball into the top left-hand corner, gives him the perfect angle to just chip the red into the middle pocket, drift down for the red on the bottom of the table into the bottom left-hand corner. And he's opened up the middle pocket for the black as well. But I think you'll find him roll this in and put the black in the bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, perfect shot. Brilliant to watch. Absolutely brilliant to watch. 5-7 to Rusty Wheeler.
Table 4, Nick Palat and Alan Rivers. Table 4 and table 8, John Barclay and Brett Mirandas. So go to table 8 if you weren't here before. This door here is locked. Please go through the toilet and through the toilet door there and in through the other door, please. Down the hallway and through the other door to table 8. Okay, and that's John Barclay and Brett Mirandas on 8. Grab your cards, you're playing 2 frames. The overlay card will tell you who breaks and who doesn't break. Thank you.
Cracking of a break by Luke, and Luke's come up dry this time. Rusty will probably try and clear the top of the table here first, and then move down to the bottom of the table and try and clear the bottom of the table. I think his only real difficult ball that he's got is the one closest to the red on the bottom right hand side of the table. And if he's got nearly perfect angle here, if he can pot this ball and leave himself the right angle to pot the yellow into the bottom right and just cannon the red ball. And he's done it. Absolutely perfect. Bit of a shrug of the shoulder from Rusty is to say, oh, I didn't get it perfect, but that's pretty perfect. Rusty shows his snooker skills with the rest and possible and absolutely develops the black ball. Who needs to land on it to pot it? We'll just develop it and pot it. This is a brilliant display of pool here. Eight-5 to Rusty, and we're just going to go for a bit of a break, guys. Alright, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and Rusty to break. Big crack and open table. Luke's opted to take the yellows. And it looks like he's landed on a good angle to open up all those balls by the black. No, he's not going to take it.
Anybody who hasn't paid for the pool comp and they're here and would like to, come and do so now.
You've got to hit them right on these pockets, on these tables. These tables are unforgiving. Yeah, so Luke's just having a look there where his cue was just before. If he can come down that line, if he can pot this yellow into the top right hand corner and come down that line, he can pot the yellow into the bottom left corner and open up the black and the yellow at the bottom of the bunch. That's perfect. Here he's got a natural angle where he can actually just top through the balls and push the yellow and the black to the bottom of the table, leaving himself he's on the other yellow to the middle pocket. Oh, look at that, he's left himself on the yellow to the corner. Depending on what angle he's got, he might screw the bottom rail here. One good shot here and you can see Luke go out. He's travelled a bit far. He's just got to be careful if he does pop this in the middle bag, just to make sure that he doesn't go in off. And that's perfect. Well, he didn't travel too far that time. And Luke brings one back. 8-6 to Rusty. Crack and break by Luke there. Oof, nearly potted the black ball. But he's come up dry. Rusty taking the yellow balls. Nice 3-ball plant here. He's done it again. He's played another one of those pots with a little double kiss to bring the ball out, and he's executed it perfectly. But he doesn't look like he's got the angle to get up on the other balls. So I'm curious as to what he's going to do here. Cut it in fine and land on the plant, or try and hold for the top yellow into the top left hand corner. As unfortunately he tried to pick the gap, but he's landed on the plant. I was watching Rusty play these earlier before when he was on the practice table, and he was knocking them in, so let's see how he goes.
Come on, Bussy!
Luke can pot this ball on the middle pocket on the left hand side and develop the bottom red just to clear it up so the other red pots later on in the out. Now all Luke has to do is try and focus on how he can get to that one red on the top left hand side of the table. You might see him roll this red into the middle and try and land on the angle to get up there on the ball off the middle pocket. He's just having a look, because if he can get to that ball, then they're all on. It looks like he's landed a bit straight. He doesn't want to pot too many balls because he needs the balls to try and get to that ball. So he's going to roll this in and try and land on the right angle. I know you couldn't see it then, but Luke's just lining up a 3/4 ball pot to the corner so that he can drift to the top rail and put the red in the middle pocket. He still hasn't landed with enough angle. Luke really doesn't want to be potting too many more balls. The more balls he pots, the less balls he's got to try and get to that trouble ball. He's trying to see whether or not he can borrow a little pocket, which what that means is to hit the ball into the edge of the pocket, which allows you to spread the white a little bit wider to get on a pot on that red ball. He's hit that brilliantly from the angle that he had. He's forced the white across the table to try and land on that red. He's playing with fire here a little bit because he's got to make sure that he kisses this yellow in the right way, that he doesn't pot Rusty's yellow. He's given it a bloody good try, and he didn't pot the yellow, but he's missed the pot. Rusty shouldn't make too hard work of this. He'll just pot this ball and drift out for the ball into the middle. Roll it in the middle. Oh, he's got a bit angry. Might have to screw off the ice. Done a Rusty Wheeler and just cannoned it perfectly on for the pocket. Screw down the table for the black in the bottom left hand corner. Unlucky there by Luke because he played some really good shots to give himself that opportunity. Good, man. Rusty's changed his breaking spot. And he's given him a whack and he's still come up dry. What does he have to do? Has he got the right angle, or has he landed too straight? If Rusty's got enough angle, he can just pop this ball and screw into the red above it, leaving him on the other yellow. Oh, he didn't have the angle, so looks like he's landed straight again, but you'll probably find Rusty play a nice reverse screw here. Just screw back with reverse side, so once it hits the rail, it'll ping off in the wrong direction. Loads the right hand side, he'll come off top, straight down the middle of the table. And the black in the middle bag. Rusty's starting to get some rhythm going here. Takes it to 10-6. Let's see if Luke changes where he breaks from to try and get a ball off the break. Looked like Rusty did get a ball on that last break. No, it's still on the same chalk mark from where Luke normally breaks. He's given it a great whack. Rusty's out of his chair in a matter of seconds. Luke's come up dry. And again, there's no balls that are really in trouble. Nothing that can't be potted into a pocket quite clean. So Rusty's just going to run these out. Put the other two middle, this ball on the left in the middle pocket. Tried to cannon the black down so the black goes on, but I don't think he actually succeeded. You might see him play this yellow now in a way that he runs into either the black or the red. Oh yeah. Doesn't like he hasn't got the angle. He's gone again to try and give himself a better angle. And that looks perfect for him to just screw into the black. For the middle pocket. Perfect. Rusty rolls this ball in, off the side rail and back out for the black in the middle. (11-6). And the dry breaks are killing Luke. Rusty's break. Let's see if he marks out his wide again to a different spot. There you go, Sam, measure it out, pull it back. And it's worked for him again. He's got another red ball. Rusty's nominated the yellow balls. He's just got to get to the two yellows clustered on the left-hand side of the table. Not anymore, he doesn't. That cannon's just opened them up perfectly. The only ball he's got to work on now is the yellow that is in front of the red on the bottom right-hand side of the table.
Come on, boss. Come on.
Luke's just got to work his way out so that he can put the white on the right hand side of the table so he can play this red, the one he's lining up right now, in under the yellow. Every other ball on the table goes. If he can get to that ball, he's got a good chance of running this table out. He's landed right where he wanted to land, so let's see where he goes. Is he going to try and hold, or is he going to come back up the top of the table? He's hit it too thick, and he's double kissed Rusty's ball onto the pocket and let Rusty back to the table. If this yellow ball that Rusty's looking at now, which is closest to the black, goes into the bottom left-hand corner, Rusty can play the ball on the bottom right-hand pocket and come off the side rail and back out for the yellow into the opposite corner, and then they're all on. Oh, or just develop them. It's so hard to commentate for Rusty because he just loves to develop balls. Rusty will just screw this back for the yellow in the middle and the other yellow in the corner. Just leave himself pretty much right where the white is now, so he can screw all the way to the back. I think he's got two straight on this, and if he has, he's going to have to screw off all the way off the top cushion and back out for the black. I think he wanted to leave himself more angle so he could stun off the side rail and back out. He's jacking it up. Huge bottom. He's overhit it. And he's landed fat on it for the middle bag. Rusty goes 12-6 up. Foster break. Let's see if he can get one off the break and get one back here. And red ball in the middle bag. And the yellows look beautiful.
Come on, Luke.
If Luke takes the yellow he's closest to, and then the yellow into the middle bag, all three of those other yellows, if he gets above them, all go into the corner pocket and finish with the opposite yellow for the black. So he's going to pot this yellow into the corner and come off the side rail and back around, or is he going to screw straight out? Yeah, side rail and back out. Side rail and back out. You might see Luke here take this ball into the corner, off the side rail, back out for the opposite yellow in the opposite corner, and play the one that's nearest to the red as the last ball. No, he's opting to take it now. So this looks like he's just going to screw the white straight back for the black in the corner. And Luke brings one back. 12-7 to Rusty. This is a race to 25 for $18,000. And Rusty is 12-7 up. Rusty's got a yellow. The room's just started filling with people. Everyone's coming from the big long journey from Perth. And the room is starting to fill with people more and more as we speak. Rusty rolls this red into the middle bag. Just leaves himself in the gap between the two yellows. Those reds don't plant. Rusty scrunches his face up a little bit. He did not like that. Wondering if Rusty's having a look to see if he can actually squeeze this pot. So squeezing the pot means that you use the friction of one ball against the other to throw it off on an angle that allows you to pot balls that don't look like they're actually pottable. So it looks like he's trying. He's tried, but he hasn't pushed it enough. And he's landed a perfect snooker. Luke's called total snooker. Rusty's having a look. Oh, Luke's played a masse to get around the ball to get out of the snooker, but unfortunately scratched the white in the bottom corner bag. Rusty with 2 shots in hand. Make light work of these last 4 reds. Oh, he's putting 2 balls in one time now. And Rusty goes 13-7 up. That was a brilliant shot by Rusty to squeeze the ball onto the pocket and get the snooker. Put all the pressure on Luke that all Rusty's balls were on, so Luke had to play a really good shot there to stay in the game. And Foster's broken and got a ball off the break.
Come on, boss. Come on.
Now Luke's breaks just don't spread the same way as Rusty's. Rusty's breaks have been spreading so well. If that yellow on the top rail pots, then Luke can pot this yellow and land with the angle to pot the other yellow in the top table, on the top of the table there in the middle, and get on the rail for that top ball. He might even just play for the cover with that top ball.
Braden and Jelly, table 3. Braden and Jelly, table 3.
So it looks like he's got the angle. It looks like he is playing this shot. Whether he's trying to land on the rail and land straight, or he wants to land with a bit of angle, and he can get back down. And he's got a big kick. That will not make him a happy chappy. Massive kick there. Luke's played an exceptional shot there to cover that top bag, but he's left Rusty on those side of the balls. If he can clear him up from that side. Luke's got a really good chance here. He rolls this yellow in and plays the plant. He just wants to play this so it's full ball and double kisses and leaves the yellow where the other yellow is right now. That's it. It gives him perfect angle here, where he can actually play this and come in between the reds down the right line, that he can actually just pot the other ball in the corner leave himself in prime position to take the frame. He's come down a little bit more angle than he'd want, but I don't think that'll cause him any issues. He should be able to display a little screw shot here and screw into the gap. Beautiful shot. Another little soft screw to screw up. Table for the black into the same corner pocket. Goes up to the tail into the middle. And Luke brings one back. 13-8. Rusty's another cracker of a break. Yellow ball's in play. It's surprising you take yellows here because the yellow that he's heading towards right now is very hard. Looks like he's going to try and pot this yellow in the opposite corner and come off 2 rails and develop it. That was a very big shot. That hasn't come off. Luke can play a nice little shot here where he doubles the yellow off the top rail and hides the white tight on the red, where he's looking right now. He needs to get it as tight as he can on that red though. It'll open up his dead ball and it will snook a Rusty. I don't think he's got it. I think he's left Rusty on this bottom yellow ball on the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so he did get it. Rusty couldn't pot it, but he definitely have a good try at it. Now, all playing that shot, Luke's actually made all his balls on, so he's got a good chance here to win the frame. Going to pop this and develop the red off the rail. Brilliant shot. Luke's just having a look here. He's just trying to map the out, just to work out what's the best way to go about these balls. When these top players map the outs, they try and find what's the best ball to get to the black, and then they work their way back. Sometimes it might not look like the best way to go, but if you look at it after a bit of time, the way that these guys go is the best way that they can for the way that they play the game. So some guys like to play more of a stun screw game, and some guys like to play a bit more of a top and play more natural angles. And, these guys are very, very experienced players, and they both know how to map a table out really well. So Luke's just having a look here if he rolls the red into the middle pocket, leave himself the right angle to pop the other red in the bottom right hand corner and screw across the table for the other red down the rail. Now he's just going to have a look at where he wants to leave the white ball for the black. It looks where the white is now, anywhere from there up, the black's onto the bottom right hand corner. So I think he would just screw the white out here, try and screw just past the yellow. Brilliant shot. And Foss brings another one back. 13-9. Alright guys, we're just going to have another little 3-minute break and we'll be back with you shortly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back to it. 13-9 to Rusty. Luke Foster to break. And he's got 2 balls off the break. Brilliant crack. Luke's just having a look there to see if that yellow below the red goes in. And he's taken yellow, so I think it does. He can play a shot here where he cuts the yellow into the middle. Oh no, he's on the one to the corner and he's going to screw in and develop the red. That's, ooh, he's missed the pot. Well, he's given Rusty a chance here. Rusty's cut the red in and landed on the top red. If Rusty can cut this in with a bit of check, which he may do, he can come down and cannon the yellow on the bottom rail. Oh, he's just doubled it for the middle bag. That's a superb shot. Absolutely superb shot. Luke's played the yellow to cover the bottom bag, but he hasn't quite covered it. And he's left Rusty in prime position to actually run his balls out. Rusty can just roll this ball into the middle pocket and just come past the yellow ball for the other red down into the corner, leaving himself the red that's on the right of him now into the middle to get on the bottom ball. He can put the red under the yellow, open the pocket up and land on the black. He's just having a look at it now, how he can map the yard out. What is he looking at? Oh, he's cutting it now. And getting down on it now. That's an exceptional shot. Luke can play a similar shot to what Rusty just played here. He can actually double the yellow off the top rail into that yellow and red.
David Fallon, Nita Bellotti, table 3. David and Nita, table 3.
Luke's just trying to contain the frame a bit. Try and make it hard for Rusty to go out.
Sorry, Nita, ignore that. Steve Hale, Jack Hunter, table 3. Steve Hale, Jack Hunter, table 3.
Shot, Trev.
Rusty's just going to play the plant here. And he is... I think he's come out fortunate because he can actually play the red into the yellow and it will pot, and the white will come back out for the other red in the opposite tail. Roll this in. Oh, he's just off the side rail and back out. And black in the corner. Rusty goes 14-9 up. That room was as loud as I've heard in my life. Rusty did say in the comments before that he wanted the whole room against him, but I don't think I've ever heard the room that quiet before. Huge crack by Rusty Wheeler there. And yellow ball's nominated. He's tried to play the yellow off the red to open it up for the other yellow, and he's missed the red. He's punched that in with a loader check side to try and straighten it up and stay on this side. And he's now going to try and use one of these yellows so that he can get behind the other yellow to pot it in this corner. So he might screw out now and just leave a fine cut on this side rail, side ball. Pot this in the bottom right hand corner and drift across the table for the ball on the bottom left to play the plant. If he can go inside of it, he can even play it to go in the middle bag.
Margie and Darren Morris, table 4. Margie and Darren Morris, table 4.
Is Rusty Wheeler just going to put this on the bag just to cover the pocket? Or does it go? Oh, it goes. Well, there you go. Now all he's got to do is one good positional shot. He's just got to navigate his way past between the reds. And he hasn't got it. He has not got it. And he's let Luke back to the table. I think the white just gripped a little bit more than Rusty thought it would there, and he didn't quite get the pace to get up and above that black. That was perfect. So Luke's got onto the hardest ball really on the table, and if he can just stun this to give himself the right angle. he can play this to get onto the bottom rail and get on his hardest ball. He's come back up. He still wants to get on that ball. He might actually have the angle where he can roll this in and come off the left side rail. Oh, no, he's still screwing. He's played the cannon. And I don't think he's got. He's squeezed the plant. And Luke brings one back to make it 14-10. Luke is not going away. He's saying to Rusty, I'm here to stay, mate. (14-10). Luke Foster's break. See if he can get one off the break and take another frame, bring another frame back. Nearly jumped the white off the table, and he's got a red ball. He's really giving him a whack. Luke's opted to take the red ones, and it looks like he's going to screw back and try and get on the one that's closest to him now. He's done it perfectly. He's actually played that so well that he's given himself the natural angle to just drift through the gap and land on the side rail. I don't think he's got the right angle to just roll it in and keep himself for the middle bag. He might do. It's hard to tell. If not, he'll pot this ball and just screw out back by the black for the red into the same pocket. Brilliant shot. Now here he just wants to give himself a good pot on the long ball. He's going to have to try and put it somewhere where it's not bridging. He doesn't want to be bridging to play the pot, so he's going to look at a gap that he can leave the white ball in, or he's going to try and screw all the way up through the gap and all the way up. He's tried to screw up. Oh, he's done it well. Done it very well. Screwed through the gap and come off with a nice little cannon to leave him. He can just stun this red in, and it'll give him perfect angle to roll the other red in for the black in the middle pocket. Ooh. It's actually made that a little bit harder. You might be able to just hold it for the black for the corner, and he can. Brilliant shot. (14-11). Rusty Wheeler to break. Huge break by Rusty again, and he's potted 2 yellows. Look at the yellows on the bottom pocket. He's got 3 yellows on the bottom right-hand corner, covering the black ball. So Rusty's going to take yellows here. He's going to try and pot this yellow in the middle. He's going to try and bring the white off 3 cushions and develop the other yellow. Brilliant shot. I don't know whether he can pot this in the middle or whether he has to try and play the plant into the corner. Luke's got himself in the angle here where he can pot this and develop these 2 reds that he's closest to. It's all he needs. I don't think that red's landed on the rail. I think he's still alright. So he can roll this red into the middle, the one on the outside, leaving himself the pot on the other red back into the top right-hand corner. He just needs to leave himself the right angle so he can get onto the top rail to come down on the right side of the black. So he wants to get to the top ball first so that he's got another ball to get to the black, because the black's not easy to get to. So he's going to leave himself the double. So he's going to play the double and bring the white to where his cue was just before, so he's got the right angle to cut the ball along the rail and land on the black. Oh, he's developed it. What a brilliant shot. Magnificent shot. And he's got a natural angle here. He only has to roll this in, and he's coming straight down the perfect line to land on the black. Oh. That's unlucky. Rusty hasn't come out very well there. What Rusty can play here is he can play a kick shot, so he can play across the table, shooting the white to the right hand rail to hit the bottom yellow ball for the pocket. He's just going to make sure he contacts the rail, but he's going to leave Luke snookered. Like so. That's a brilliant shot by Rusty there. Rusty's checked that ball up nicely to leave himself on a natural angle of the yellow to just drift up for the black. And Rusty goes 15-11 up.
Thank you very much for everybody who supported Holly J's raffle here. The winner winner was number 23, which was Mayana.
That's brilliant down here. We run a few raffles to help the players go away to the nationals or the juniors or anything that we possibly can. And Holly Jane is a superstar of a player, and it's going to be a name that's going to be spoken in the pool world for many years to come. That's for sure. Luke Foster to break, and he's got a ball in. Cheers, buddy. So at the moment we've got 184 watching. Foster's up to take the yellows. And he's played a brilliant little develop shot there. And he may even have the right angle here on this yellow to the middle to play another little develop and develop those two yellows just above him. If he's too straight, he can just pot it and just play the pot to the corner. Oh, he's on this ball in the bottom corner. There you go. So here he should be able to play the yellow on the left hand side of the two together off the red ball and into the middle pocket, and then they're all on. Oh. Maybe the yellows were planting into the middle and he was just going to roll that in and play the plant. Well, Rusty's got a good chance here. I'm going to call Rusty Mr. Develop soon. He just loves to develop balls. I was going through all of Rusty's achievements with him when I was putting together Rusty's little profile there. And I was asking him, is everything all right? And he just says, there's only one word, mate. One word's needed: destruction. That's what I am, destruction. If Luke can play the shot that I was saying, the yellow off the red, then that's not a very good shot by Rusty, but I don't think Rusty would have left it if he could. So Luke might have to play the long yellow into the corner here. Or play the plant, play the kick shot. He's done it. Brilliant shot there by Foster. Absolutely brilliant shot. It's actually come out a little bit unfortunate there. He's going to cut this, but where's the white going to go? He tried to pick the gap with the white in between the reds and bring it back out, and he hasn't quite got it. So now he's either going to play a little masse shot. Looks like he's going to play the little masse shot to put the red in the middle. And Mr. develops another ball. Brilliant little develop there on that red ball off the rail. And they're all on now. He just plays this yellow from behind into the ball. That way the white comes across the table, back onto it.
Sorry, I've been on the road. I just opened it.
Oh, good, I got it. I couldn't find any. I went all the way through them. I went through 40 pages to get one, but I found them. Yeah. Yeah, Ronnie didn't have any either. He gave me the profiles for Luke, but that was about it. Rusty, 16-11. And Rusty to break. Has he got the distance? That's a brilliant shot. So Rusty's played that shot where he's landed in the gap where he can actually top the white off the bottom rail and back up into it. Or is he going to screw in and then use that one to develop? He didn't have the angle, so he's trying to create the angle with the next ball. Oh, he's picked a gap. Oh, that's freakish. He's actually picked the gap to pot the only ball that's really caused him any issues. He can now just roll this in, and he's on the other yellow for the black. That was a brilliant shot. And Rusty Wheeler is putting on a brilliant display of 8-ball. $17-11 to Rusty Wheeler. Race to 25 here tonight, guys. For $18,000. Up $16,000. Brilliant break there by Luke Foster. So it's $8,000 each these guys have put in. So it's $16,000 that they're playing for. Absolutely brilliant. Luke's doubled his only real difficult ball into the middle bag there and given himself a great chance of winning this frame. Luke will take the white up to get the top ball now. He can play this and leave himself the angle to play the yellow off the other yellow and push the other yellow down for the middle, for the bottom pocket. But you are risking that to a bit of chance. So it looks like what he's done is actually try to land on the ball in the middle first. So can he just drop this yellow ball into the middle pocket and hold for the opposite yellow to the opposite corner, opposite middle pocket? It looks like he's actually lining up to play a double with this yellow or triple with this yellow and use the white to develop, to play the cannon and pot the yellow. That was a great attempt.
Mike Ballum, are you in? So Mayana, you're here too. Okay. Mike and Jimmy, double 8. Mike and Jimmy, double 8.
So Rusty really has to try and do a bit of work here. He tried to get up on that top ball, but he hasn't managed to get there. Is he going to play the double off the ball on the pocket again? Oh, he's cut it in. And he's fouled and given Luke 2 shots. Luke will just put a bit of bottom on this so he can keep the white for the second yellow. Great shot. And he's just going, is he going to roll this in and come off the side rail and back out for the black or stun down? Yeah, he's played that brilliantly. He's actually topped it through to bring the white out so he can get his hand on the table on a nice straight black into the corner. Very well played. Rusty's with another big whopper of a break, and he's got a ball in, and he's nominated yellows. He's only really got one difficult ball here, and it's on the top left-hand side of the table, and he looks like he's going to check up and try and get to it now. That's just a brilliant shot. He's potted that ball with a load of top left-hand side to bring the white down to give him perfect angle on what I would say is the most difficult ball he's got on the table. He's actually got to play the same shot again. He's actually got to play this ball on the bottom right hand corner into the bottom right hand pocket. He's got to cut it fine and come across the table and back across again, because I don't think he can hold. It's too fine. So he's cut it, he's come across and back across again, and he's landed prime. So he's actually landed nearly straight, and if he has, he can just roll this yellow in, just top it through a little bit, and he's on the other yellow for the middle. Yeah. Knowing Rusty, he'll just play this off the top rail and back down. He won't try and hold it. Straight up and down the table, he's always on the ball no matter where he goes. Give himself a shot at it, he back himself to pot it. Brilliant pull. $18-12. And Luke Foster to break. Cheers, man. Cracking of a break. That looks like he's got a ball in off the break. And the crowd gets wild. They're all revving him up. They're all trying to give him that little bit extra. He's nominated yellows. He looks like he's in a good position here where he can actually just roll the yellow in the middle and land perfect on the balls on the top of the table. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely perfect. Now if he rolls the ball on his left-hand side into the corner, he just wants to leave himself a little bit of angle so he can drift down for this other one in the middle of the table and into the bottom right. So he's just checked it up. That's perfect. He can roll this in. He just wants to come down. He wants to land straight on this ball. He doesn't want to land so he's running into the red. So he's just got to land. That's perfect. He can now roll this ball into the corner and just top through a touch, and he's on the other yellow into the bottom left-hand corner for the black in the top right. That's a very well executed out. Landing on that ball where he could just roll it in the middle to get on those top balls was just absolutely perfect. Very well played. Come on, mate. 13-18. Rusty Wheeler to break. And Rusty with another whopper of a break, and he's got 2 red balls in. I tell you what, Rusty's break is magnificent. Look at all the balls, all the yellows are just on. There's nothing you really need to do. When you break like this, and you've got the ability that Rusty has, he just wants to pot this by hitting on the right hand side and coming around the yellow ball. Gives him a nice little angle there. He probably, you know, he'd want to check this up so he's high on this yellow. He might take this yellow now. He's prime position for it in the middle bag. He could just screw back from it and then take the ball into the top again afterwards. Looks like he's going to check it up. And he did. Now he just rolls this ball in. He's perfect on the one in the middle. Just stuns that or screws back a couple of inches. Or all the way. Rusty likes to do things the flash way. There's no doubt about that. He must have had way too much angle and he needed to do that. This is a fine cut, so he's going to go off the top rail and back down for the black in the corner. 19-13, and that was a brilliant display of 8-ball. Absolutely brilliant display. Well, the room's crawling with people now, and we've everyone's slowing a few drinks and having a bit of a feed, and Geraldton's looking like it's going to be a really good comp. Looking at the faces around this room, it's going to be hard to see who's going to win this. Oh, Luke scratched the white, and he's done a killer of a break. All the red balls are on. Rusty's just ran to the table at 100 miles an hour going, yes please. It's just stun, 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 stun. Let's just stop the white. Oh, he's just made that more difficult than it had to be. He should be able to screw into the... he got past plenty. Roll the red in and the black in the middle. And if it doesn't go in the middle, then he'll just screw back and put it in the corner. 13-20. And we're going to have another 3-minute break, guys, and we will see you back here in 3 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back. Rusty to break, and he's come up dry. Is this a sign? How the table's about to turn? Only time will tell us. Well, Luke Foster gets the first try in this next session, so let's see how he goes. Just having a look at whether that yellow ball pots or how he's going to develop it. Maybe he's looking into developing it, potting the red, running into it. It's exactly what he tried, and he hasn't pulled it off. And he's opened all the balls up on the table.
David Fallon, Nita Bellotti, table 3.
Rusty's opted to take the reds, and there is one bad red on the bottom right-hand corner of the table, which doesn't go in the middle, and I don't see what he's going to do here. He might actually try and play this now and run into it. That's exactly what he's done. He hasn't got it, but he does have a chance at playing the plant. And he's played the plant brilliantly. He only has to roll this and he'll come straight past the yellow for the red in the middle. Screw back for the other red into the corner and the black into the middle. And Rusty goes 21-13 up. Oh, it's Luke Foster's break. So let's see if Luke can get one off the break. Luke has done some amazing things when he's been behind and won many frames in a row before. So there's no ruling him out yet. He's an exceptional player, and if he starts getting on a run of things, anything can happen. He's come up dry. Rusty's up to take the reds. He's playing another plant here. Just wants to make sure that this ball doesn't die, and he's done it perfectly. He's played it so that the red ball bounces back out so he can use it to position his next shot. Rusty's on this red into the corner. Screw back for the other red into the middle. And the black into the corner. Yeah.
It's 22 now. Adrian should flip it over.
Okay. I got the score anyway. 22-13 to Rusty, and he's run that out nicely. Once Rusty gets on a bit of a roll, it's very hard to stop him. But if there's one man that can, it'd be Luke Foster. So let's see how he goes, if he can get a ball off the break or whether he goes dry. He's potted a ball off the break. He's potted a few balls off the break. Wow. What a break. What a sledgehammer. They're not easy here because the first ball he doesn't have a lot of angle on to get back out. He might be able to create it. You can't even play this in a way where he plays the yellow off the cushion, off the red and in the pocket, so that he can create angle to get the white down the table. Just depends on how he feels. He's just leaving himself the long pop. And the double. You know Rusty's feeling it when he starts playing shots like that. So I don't think he's got the angle to actually develop the black here, which is what he would like to do. He'd like to be able to just play this and just chip the black off. Oh, he can. Look at that. That's actually not worked out well for him. He's shaking his head. He's now got to try and pot the yellow in the middle and screw around the black and the red. He's missed the pot and he's hit the jaw with the white. And the crowd's on Luke's side. This is Luke's chance. This is where Luke has to make it count. He's got to punish Rusty for making these mistakes. And that is a brilliant shot. But I don't think... Actually, it does look like that red does go. No. Shake of the head. Shake of the head from Luke tells us that no, it doesn't. So Luke's now going to try and screw off this red ball to leave himself the angle to pot the red into the middle and develop the other two reds. And he's come too far. You might see Luke having to lay up a snooker very soon. He can play one now where he can actually roll the red that he's closest to down to the bottom pocket and put the white behind the black. Oh, he could pot it, and he's potted it brilliantly. Now it just comes down to which one he's more comfortable with, whether he wants to pot this ball in the top, which he is. He's just got to come down with enough angle that he's not too far that he's running into the black. He can just screw out from that. And even run into the yellow, but you don't want to go past the yellow, otherwise you're going to snooker yourself. That's very well done. It's not an easy shot to play. 14 to 22. And we've got a match on our hands. Listen to the crowd get wowed. They're all getting loud now. Has Rusty got too much of a start? A head start on Luke. Can Luke bring it back? Only time will tell, guys. Only time will tell. What a killer of a match this has been, though. There's no doubt about that. This has been one brilliant match to watch from both players. He's come up dry again. Rusty's out of his chair. Yellow balls look like the better ones here, just because of that red on the bottom right hand side of the screen there. But knowing Rusty, that red wouldn't faze him. If he wanted to go reds, he'd just work out a way to develop it. but he's going to take yellows and he's going to try and get on this yellow near the reds, which he got on right now, as soon as possible. I'm just going to cut this fine into the middle pocket. Try and screw around. Try and screw around the black. Land on the bottom right hand ball. Like so. Absolutely perfect. I don't know. I think the ball that he's closest to is going to be his last ball. I think you just roll this in, screw off this to the side rail, and he's got the option of both, either ball, whichever one he feels more comfortable with. He's landed pretty good on the one to the opposite corner right now, but he'll just roll this in, play the one to the opposite corner and the black in the middle. That was really good ball order. He mapped the out brilliantly. He got on his hardest ball. He got his hardest ball out of the way. And then he just cleaned up the table. 23-14. Well done by Rusty. Eight frames ahead. Nine frames ahead. He's 9 frames ahead. Can Luke pull it back? He nearly dumped the white, but he didn't, and he's got a ball off the break. And look at all the balls. All the balls are on the wrong side of the table. He's hit the balls that hard that he's managed to put the more than 80% of the balls on the top half of the table. What a thumper of a break. I think Rusty will take yellows here because he's only got one bad one and he's going to screw straight into it now. He's feeling that good.
Come on, Luke, boy.
So that's open table. So Luke Foster can choose yellows or reds, and well, let's see what he feels comfortable with. Does he want to take the reds on, or is he going to take the yellows? And he hasn't got the ball to develop it like Rusty does, but he does have the ball on the middle pocket. He might take the yellows on and try and develop the ball as well. He's going to check up, get up the top of the table so he can pot the red and kick the yellow onto the red to push it across the pocket. Has he got the angle though? Oh, he did have the angle, but he's missed the pot. Well, he's made the angle, which has probably made him miss the pot. And Rusty's got one bad ball. And it's not really even that bad, because if he can get to the yellow into the middle pocket, if he can get below it, he can play that under the red and open that pocket up. Oh. Rusty's thrown in a loose one as well. Luke just trying to map out what he can do here. There's not a lot that I can see that he can do. I mean, what it looks like he's looking at is to play the red off the rail and into the yellow and push the yellow onto the rail where the other one is to give Rusty 2 dead balls. Yeah, it hasn't come out though. There's that shot where Rusty's played the yellow off the red to open the pocket up. Now he's still got a bit of work to do here because he's on the wrong side of the ball. He might try and screw up the table and then check. Right there, that's it. And then if he's got to put a lot of check on this, and he's got to pot this and check up onto the top rail. Perfect shot. He makes that look so easy. That is a very hard shot to play, and it makes the actual pot harder to execute as well, to play such a shot like that. He's bridging over the balls, but that doesn't worry him. Brilliant shot. That's an absolutely amazing out there. Some of these shots you guys are watching here, they may just look, you know, he makes them look easy, but they really are extremely difficult to play. Rusty Wheeler.
Sorry, 25, and Rusty is now 24. So, I know, I just thought I'd let everybody know. Oh yeah,
24 to 14.
You win 10 more, I win $200. Come on.
No pressure. Win 10 more. Oh. Oh, huge break by Foster, and he scratched the white. And all the balls are on. It doesn't matter what colour you choose here. Rusty's opted to take the yellows. He just wants to roll this in so he gets to the opposite side of this other one. That's it. Perfect. He just rolls this through. The ball on the bottom left of the screen, the one below the one by the middle pocket, you just stun this in. And then we just roll this ball into the middle pocket. And you just want the white to come out just above the red ball here. You roll, well, you stun screw the ball into the side rail from this pot, like so. Roll the yellow ball into the corner pocket, taking the white off the side rail and being perfect on the bottom left hand corner pocket. Absolutely brilliant. And the black for $16,000, Rusty Wheeler wins 25-14. Exceptional pull by both players, and as everyone tells you, when Rusty gets on a run, he's a hard man to catch. Very hard man to catch. Thank you for everyone for watching, and as Adrian just said, that's why Rusty's the #1 in Australia.
He's top prize in Australia every day of the week. But those guys who are back him, don't lose faith in him because you'll get your money back over time if the guy's brilliant. Alright? Thanks a lot.
Some wise words there from Rusty Wheeler. If you guys didn't hear what he said, that Rusty said that he played a match against Jake McCartney at his own venue, and he said that no matter what, he said it takes balls to do this, and he said that it's harder to win a match in your own home venue, and that he shout out to Luke, because he says that Luke is one of the top 5 in Australia, and that anyone who backed him or anything, you'll get your money back, because he's right up there, and he's going to be up there for a long time. So thanks guys for watching the match and listening to me commentate.